They're playing Radical.
So this is a playoff game between Mark Meserve and Austin Trent.
Yes, it is.
Radical, Mark Meserve, Austin Trent.
Yes.
This is a playoff game. You know what you're getting here is bonus pinball. And there's nothing wrong with bonus pinball.
No, never.
So Austin is just starting off here. He wants to get this thing over and done so that he can move on to the next round or join the party.
Yes.
And that's what Radical will do to you, boys.
Yes.
We had this in the Wormhole. We practiced the hell out of it. I had it 2 times. I got a second and a last. So it doesn't matter.
Yep.
You know, here's the funny thing about this Radical. Stepped up here, what was that, for TPL, set a GC on it. Every game I've played since then has been progressively worse. But the thing plays like a dream. The flippers were rebuilt by Phil or one of the techs that we've had here at the Space City Open to give them plenty of power to make all the ramps and shots. And this thing, in spite of what's happening to these guys with these unfortunate center drains, this thing is playing like an absolute dream right now.
It looks like it's playing amazing. I unfortunately didn't get to play at this tournament, and I don't know too much about it. So what are they trying to do?
Let me give you the breakdown of Radical, all right? Yep. So here's the thing. First up, you step up to the game, right?
That's a good.
You want to spell Radical.
Okay.
Then you get a lock a ball.
Okay.
And this is a 2-ball multi-ball game. So guess what you get to do next? Spell Radical.
Yes.
To lock your second ball.
Okay.
And then guess what? You get a jackpot shot at the lower ramp that goes towards the left.
Sure.
And to relight your jackpot, guess what? Spell Radical. That's what you do in this game.
I love it.
And particularly on this this particular sample of Radical production games, there's 3 drop. Hey, Telestrator, Jamie, can we get the 3 drop targets? 3 drop targets circled right up at the top there. So there's 3 drop targets up near the pop bumpers there. On a production game, behind those drop targets when you drop them down would be a stand-up target. And on this particular game, it is actually a sample, and I believe a re-import sample. So this one does not have a stand-up target. It has a subway that feeds a VUC into the very upper left corner of the game. That VUC then kicks out onto the ramps. Okay, so we have a tournament ROM in this particular game right now, and that tournament ROM does not support the VUC because it's a sample. So we've had to block that entire area off with a bunch of rubbers.
Oh, okay.
So you can drop the drops and get the points and awards from that, but there's nothing behind it at this point.
Okay.
But on a regular one, there'd be a target back there that gives you some awards.
I think there's some big points back there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're playing a game called Radical. You want to spell Radical. You don't want to hit a snake pit or whatever the particular name in that area is.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to get this knowledge?
Oh, yeah.
Look at you. I'm so glad you have Wesley back on the stream.
So now that we've explained the game, right, we've got Mark up at the game for ball 2. He went with 1 tail slider, couldn't get the second one going, but oh, here we go. Still in tail slider, so we're looping that left ramp potentially. All right, no, we're back on the left flipper. And from the inserts, it looks like he needs the D, which is through the pop shot. He needs the right flipper, so he's trying to do a transfer over.
Yep.
Here he goes. On the fly. Nails it on the fly. Spells Radical. Oh, so an unfortunate center drain, but his lock is lit now. For his next ball, he can plunge it. He can plunge his lock.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
Nice.
So whenever you spell Radical, the far right lane, which is the R, as well as the lower left side ramp, will light an insert that says skate or die, and that's your lock.
Gotcha.
You can also light the upper right ramp for skate or die, but it's not always lit. Like, you have to do something to eventually light it.
Okay.
But you do get the ability to plunge it, which means he will plunge a lock, and then he can resume his spelling of Radical. Because I do not think after the tough ball 1 they both had, I don't think he did anything there. So he should need to spell it twice to get his multi-ball.
Sounds good.
And of course, with this tournament ROM, if anybody does start multi-ball, we're going to be set at 4 million jackpots.
Okay. Oh, good info.
Yeah. Yeah, because on
it's
the stock ROM, it's randomized up to 12 million.
Right.
So, of course, for tournaments, we're not going to have any of that.
No.
And Austin is trying to find It looks like he's trying to shoot the D shot, but I don't think he needs it. So, he's trying to feed his flipper. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
That upper side ramp, you can spot a letter by shooting that.
It's the in lanes actually.
Is it
so
the in lane?
so if you can shoot either ramp to hit an in lane. So there's a potential here for Schatzing, I'm sure some would say, to light your radical letters with spots.
Mm-hmm.
However, basically both of them, if you Schatz and you go up, you're going to do an up and over into the out lane.
Yeah.
So it's extremely dangerous, and I would never recommend trying to do that as a strategy. But if you can hit the ramps, then you get them spotted. It doesn't. Okay, so his upper right ramp is currently lit for 1 million, so he should get 1 million here. Yep.
There you go.
So that was a good shot for him, and that puts him within 400,000 of Mark's score. There's bonus in this game, but it's not significant, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I mean, if you get super close, it might put you past somebody, but it's not going to win you a game. So he's got the lower left ramp. Oh, that almost did the up and over. Yeah, he's got the lower left ramp, which he just had it spotted by that in lane that he rolled up and through.
Yep.
So now he also has his ball lock lit.
So that's it. That's it, isn't it?
So
Yeah. So this is ball 3. So that's it.
That's it. All right. So Mark Meserve.
Oh yeah, you take
Yeah, that's it. So
is plunge away.
Mark gets to move on through. Austin played great today to get as far as he did, and you know, this radical giveth and it taketh away.